Okay, so we're with Sandeep Kulkarni, who's the senior principal scientist with PepsiCo. Sandeep, you're aiming to have all of your packaging recyclable, compostable, or biodegradable by 2025. How much of it is now?
Well, at this point of time, a lot of our packaging is recyclable. I mean, our beverage packaging, particularly PET bottles, are by and large recyclable. On our snack packaging side, the multi-layer films, those are currently not recyclable or biodegradable for most part. So there is difference based on which particular packaging you're talking about.
Okay, no, I think I think you mentioned that in the US, the recycling rates of PET were something like 20%. Is that right?
Closer to 30%.
Okay. How does your current packaging break down then between, let's say, rigid plastics, PET, and the flexible packaging, the PE, or other polymers?
I don't know the exact numbers, but I mean, in terms of the mass or the weight, the PET is by far larger because it's a heavier material. We do have a lot of snack packaging films, but those tend to be much lighter, so they don't weigh as much. So in terms of weight, the PET is definitely a larger quantity.
So what do you expect the breakdown between conventional oil-based and bio-based plastics to be by your target date of 2025? And do you know now, in fact, what that sort of breakdown is between the two?
Well, right now, I would say most of our packaging is oil-based, is petroleum-based. I think there's very limited bio-based packaging that we have in our portfolio right now, if any. By 2025, I guess I couldn't really comment on a number. We're trying to get to as high a bio-based or renewable packaging as possible.
So, I mean, are we talking double-digit or high double digits bio-based?
Possibly. I mean, I guess I would say would probably be like maybe 25% at least of our packaging.
That's very good. Can you explain PHA to us?
So PHA is actually as a polyester. It stands for. It's actually a whole category of polymers. It's called polyhydroxyalkanoates, and out of that, there is a specific one that we have been focusing on called PHB, polyhydroxybutyrate, which is one type of, so PHA is a class of plastics, and within that there is polyhydroxybutyrate, and that's been the major focus. So essentially they're polyesters that can be broken down either in a composting environment or in a marine environment.
Okay, and this is being developed with the Danimer Scientific. Do you have an exclusive relationship with them?
We have a partnership with them. I'm not sure I would call it an exclusive, but it is a partnership where we are putting in our resources and working closely with them to develop this application. So I think we will have a certain amount of exclusivity, I'm sure, from that, but I think it's going to also help us advance our packaging by working on that relationship.
Okay. And I think you said this is focused very much on the flexible packaging side of PepsiCo's business. So how are you communicating this environmentally positive packaging strategy gains to your consumers?
I think that still needs to be worked out. I mean, right now we have initiated that partnership earlier this year. And as we come up with this biodegradable or compostable packaging, we'll have to do that messaging. I mean, as you saw, the previous package that we introduced in the market back in 2009, the Sun Chips bag, we had some messaging around that on the package as well as through media. So we'll probably be doing something similar to that to convey that to the consumers.
I feel that PepsiCo is a relative newcomer to the bio-based field, and a very welcome addition as well, because it's an influential brand owner and obviously enormous leverage that you're going to exert on the sector. I just lastly wonder if you can comment on any bio PET alternatives that PepsiCo might be considering.
Well, as you might remember, we had back in 2011 made an announcement of 100% bio-based PET. that we had done on a small scale. Now the economics and so on were unfavorable at the time, and we've been over time we've been monitoring different options in that area, and we haven't really made any major commitment or investment in that area as of yet.
Okay. It is a bit chicken and egg, isn't it? I mean, we'll only get scale economies if somebody adopts the bio-based option. But if they don't adopt the bio-based option because the volume isn't there, it's difficult to see how that situation will change. Do you have any view on that?
So I think one approach around that is the way that Nestle and Danone are doing it by building like a partnership or a consortium between companies in the same area. And I think it'll have to be a multi-stakeholder approach rather than a single company doing it on its own. Because I think, to your point, I think just the volumes need to be larger.
So partnership and collaboration is the way forward. Sandeep, thank you very much for your time and welcome to the bio-based community. Thank you.